Mhm. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning,
How
Miss.
is your day,
Miss.
everyone?
Great, Miss.
Good, Miss.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining the lesson today. You have your breakfast already?
Not yet, Miss.
Not yet, Miss.
Not yet. So we'll have breakfast after this. Okay. So before I start the lesson for today, so I want to ask about the previous lesson. So how was the previous material? Is it difficult?
A bit difficult, Miss, but I can.
Okay, that's really great, Satya. And so because the previous material is quite difficult, for today we have some things really, really exciting to do. Are you guys excited for the lesson?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Yes, Miss, of course.
Okay, so just like what you can see on the screen, today we call a Tell a Story Day. Can anyone guess why this day we call Tell a Story Day?
Me, Miss, because I think we are going to read the story, Miss, or tell a story like the title in the PowerPoint.
Okay, that's really great. Yeah, you're right. So today we are going to read a story, which is really, really exciting. Okay, so I have one question. What type of text that usually contain a story? Does anyone know? Does anyone know what
Maybe
type of text that usually contain a story?
I think narrative text, Miss.
Wait, once again, you did really great, Satya, you're right. So we're going to discuss about narrative text. Next slide, please. Okay, here we have the slide that explain about narrative text. Is there anyone want to volunteer to read the slide about narrative text to your friend, please?
Me, Miss.
Okay, Rima, go on.
Okay, thank you for the time. So, narrative text. The narrative text is a kind of text that contains a story to entertain the readers. The story is usually fiction and imaginative. Thank you.
Okay, really great. Narrative text is a kind of text that usually contain a story to entertain the reader. In this case, is you as the reader. A narrative text also has its generic structure. Next slide. This is the generic structure of narrative text divided into 4 categories. The first one is the orientation in the story where the characters is being introduced. And the second one is complication where the problem or the uh, climax of the story is just started or developed. And the third one is resolution, the part where the problem in the story is being solved. And the last is the reorientation. This category or the structure is optional. You can add it to your story or not. It's up to you. And in this part, usually contain a closing sentence that tells the final state of the characters and also the moral stage. All right, next. Next slide, please. Okay, here is the most exciting part for today. We are going to read a story with the title The Two Best Friends. Okay, so is there anyone knows what the meaning of best friends? Wants to try?
my eyes.
Okay, please, Rara, go on.
In my opinion, best friends mean someone that always there for you. Miss. Maybe. Thank you.
Okay, that's really great. You're right, Rara. And maybe the other one wants to try?
Me, Miss Satya.
Okay, Satya, go on.
All right. In my opinion, best friend is can be the closest friend that we have, Miss, that really understand us.
Okay, that's also really great. You're right. Best friend means that friends that always care for you, and the one that really close to you. So today's story we're going to relate it to next slide. So let's just say, so once upon a time, there were two friends walking through the desert. Like you can see in the picture, there are two best friends walking in the desert. Next slide. So during some point of the journey, they had an argument and one friend slapped the other one in the face. The one who gets slapped was hurt. Next slide. So without saying anything, the friends that being slapped wrote in the sand, "Today my best friend slapped me in the face." Slide. So after that, they kept on walking until they found an oasis where they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in the mire and started drowning, but the friend saved him. Next slide. So after he recovered from the near drowning, he wrote on a stone, "Today my best friend saved my life." The friend who had slept and saved his best friend asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote it in the sand, and now wrote it on a stone. Why?" So he asked a question. I think most of you guys may know it, but we'll get the answer after this part. Next slide, please. So the other friend replied, "When someone hurts us, we should write it down in sand. The winds of forgiveness can erase it away. But when someone does something good for us, we must engrave it in stone where no one can ever erase." So this is the end of the story. And next slide. So this is I have last question for you guys. You guys like the story?
Yes, Miss, it's a
Yes,
great
Miss,
story.
I like the story.
And does the story entertain you?
Yes, Miss, of
Yes,
course.
Miss.
Okay, so if the story is entertaining you, that is the point of the story. That is the purpose of narrative text. It should be entertain you as a reader. All right, that is all about my lesson, my explanation. Hope you guys get it and understand. And the next material will be delivered by Mrs. Diana. Mrs. Diana, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ina, for the time. So, hello everyone. Have you enjoyed the lesson today?
Hello, Miss.
Hello,
Yes, I
Miss.
enjoyed the lesson, Miss.
Okay, very good. So, we already learned about one story of two best friends, right? So, this story is kind of the narrative text. Anyone still remembers what the narrative text is? Anyone, please?
Me, Miss Satya.
Okay, Satya, go on, please.
Baik, terima kasih, Miss. Based on what I remember, the narrative text is a kind of text that contains a story to entertain the reader. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you for the answer. Your answer is right. Narrative text, the text that contains a story to entertain the reader. Maybe I have a little extra from me for you. This kind of text is used past tense. So very good, Satya. You have a good memory. Keep it up. Now let's we talk about the story of this title, the two best friends, right? Really good story. You say it before. Do you guys have a best friend? Anyone?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
I have best friend.
Wow, glad to hear that all of my students have the best friends. Now, based on the story, has anyone ever argued with your best friend and maybe fight each other? Do you want to share your experience?
My eyes.
Okay, Ratna, yes, please.
Okay, Miss. When I was in junior high school, saya uh, waktu itu berantem sama teman saya, Miss. At first we had an argument, but because we were both annoyed, so we hit each other. Mungkin terkesan brutal untuk anak perempuan kalau kita mukul satu sama lain, just because of trivial matter and unintentionally, but because we have been friends for a very long time, and fights like this have been very frequent, but always end up loving and forgiving each other quickly. That's all for me, Miss. Thank you.
Wow, such a good story and very fun. Let's give applause to Rara for the sharing story. Others can press reaction to respond if you want. I'm sure that you guys have had a similar experience. So for this, I ask you to write down your experience and send it to me, either in Word document or maybe by handwriting and then photo. Now, who back to the story? Who can summarize the story of Miss Indah earlier convey and tell it to your friends? Anyone want to summarize?
May I, Miss?
Okay, Rima, please.
Okay, thank you for the time. So the story was about two friends who are very close. And then one time they got into a fight because of they have a beda pendapat gitu. And one of them hit his best friend, and but his best friend forgave that person mistakes, like the wind that erases writing in the sand. And then when his friend is having a hard time, the friend is still helping. And menurut saya tuh pertemanan tuh nggak seharusnya dengan semudah itu rusak gitu, Miss. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you, Rima. Great, good answer and really clear. Okay, for your summarize, I will give you a reward for your answer. Please contact me after this class. And for the others, don't worry. In the next meeting, I will also give rewards to anyone who participates and answer my question, and also the bonus value, of course. So make sure each class pay attention to the material. Okay, now we've learned about the narrative text and discussed a very interesting story. And all of you have participated very well. I love it and I really like it. Keep it up. So that's all for today's meeting. Thank you for your attention and have a good day. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Much, everyone.